going up. Well, hi guys, I'm Brett and welcome to another episode of TJM, the Jagman. If you follow my channel regularly, one of the last videos I did was on Arnie, my XJR, where wifey actually hit a really heavy-duty pothole a couple of weeks ago. Not only did she damage the two left rims of the car, which I still haven't repaired yet, I've got to take them, get them x-rayed and fixed up, make sure there's no cracks in them. I think she's hit so hard with this shock absorber, it's actually moved these 4 bolts. I said in my last video there were 6 bolts, there's only 4. And it's pushed this brass connection against the chassis. It ripped off the hose and also damaged the connection itself. So I had to order one from the UK, and also that wasn't easy. There you go, so it's an $8 part. It cost me $60 worth of freight, that's okay. But we'll get that out there. So we'll put it in. And I don't think I even fully tighten it, so I'm going to try and just undo it again. And what's going to happen is as soon as I release this, the whole suspension's just going to drop down. I can feel the air coming out of it already. There we go. There she goes. So she wasn't actually leaking. So it's out, but see how much it was smashed against the chassis? It really hit it hard. So I've just cut the tube, give it a nice clean finish, and we'll put the new one in. Okay, new one's in. It's not hitting the chassis now because I was able to just knock these bolts. There must be the holes for those bolts coming through must be a little bit larger than the bolt themselves, obviously. I was able to just knock them over with a rubber mallet just to move them over a lift. You can see where it was actually sitting beforehand, and now. Okay, we'll start the car up and see if that pump works. Okay.
The Bluetooth device connection is successful.
Oh, thank you for that. Okay, is it going up? Vehicle too low. Yeah, she's pumping up, so she's definitely going up. Okay, no warning lights now. We'll go around the block. We'll give it 10 minutes running and see if we get that suspension fault light come on again. Well, I just drove it about 15 minutes around the block and nothing happened. But as soon as I pulled into the driveway, it's telling me air suspension fault. So I'll put the OBD on it and see why. You notice I've also got an engine light on. That's because I have an oxygen sensor that's out of range. Another job that I'll have to fix. Well, I'm still having problems with Arnie, the XJR, after wifey hit the pothole a couple of weeks ago. It's still leaking, and also when I drive the car, I just get this massive banging noise when I go over a bump. So I've taken the wheel off. I don't really know what's going on here, but look. So we go in here. I put the camera down so you can actually see what's going on. Maybe there. The shock absorber looks like it's completely separated from its attachment bolts up the top. I have no idea, so I'll have to pull the shock absorber out. And I think we're definitely in need of a new air shock. I've removed the strut and you can see it's just broken off those top mounts, which are only really just spot welded on. So that's no good. So I've ordered a new strut, which will be here in a few days. It wasn't too hard to get the strut out. You have to remove this trailing arm bush to give you a bit of space, and also have to take the handbrake off. Otherwise you can't get the trailing arm bolt out without taking that handbrake off. So we can just loosen those. When we get the new strut, we'll get it back together. All right, we're back in the workshop with my new strut. Air strut, there it is. So let's get that installed. And look, it even comes with a new brass nipple. So if I did a better diagnosis in the first place, I could have saved myself 66 bucks. Anyhow, let's get it in. Well, it's in. It was an easy job. Being a slightly different shock absorber than the old one, I had to get this disc down as low as possible so I can actually line it up. Unless it was completely lined up, especially on my Pat Malone, I just couldn't do it. So I just wedged a couple of things in there to get that disc down, and I was able to line that back into there again because that was a little bit too wide. But it's in. Bolts, just got to tighten it up now. And put the handbrake on and the trailing arm thingy back on. Well, finally I've got it in. What was supposed to be a 1 hour job took nearly 3.5 hours. Automatic handbrake. I closed it too many times, and it's sort of like a ratchet thing. It closes, and then I just couldn't get the pads over the disc, so I had to pull the whole thing apart. And I found out there's a ratchet thing, you can wind it back. I wound it right back to put it enough space so I can get the pads in over the discs. I didn't take a video of it. I was just too frustrated, and it was giving me such a hard time. So what we'll do, we'll get it out of the garage and we'll pump it up and see if it stays on and see if we've got any faults. Okay, let's start her up. I think okay, I had to put a booster on the battery because the battery is flat. There's going to be a few warning lights come up. Cat system fault. Well, that's interesting. There'll be a few, so we'll let it get it out of the garage. I might have to reset the ABD, get all the faults removed. But more importantly, I want to see if it's suspension's going up. Vehicle too low. Not going up. So the pump's not pumping, but I think I can fix that. Oh, it's going up now. Well, that's pretty cool. This side's raised as well. I will reset any fault codes. We'll do that first before we take it for a test drive. Well, that's the error code, reservoir plausibility error. I don't really know what that means, except maybe the reservoir still hasn't filled up completely yet. So we'll just delete the code and give it another test run. Okay, I had a few faults, but we've cleared them. The cat's fault was I didn't have the sensor plugged in well enough on the top of the air strut. So look, we've got no faults. I'm pretty good. I think we'll take it for a nice little test drive, and we've got it all fixed, thank God. Okay, well, if you made it this far on the video and you liked it, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed, you can do that too. If you want to leave a comment, I love hearing from you guys, and we'll catch you on the next one. Thanks for watching. Cheers.